You're listening to Paradox Eclipse Theory, and this is Superheroes in the Dark Multiverse, when gods became monsters. In the ruins where legends once stood, something else now breathes. When light dies, even heroes cast shadows that never stop growing. And what rises in their place hungers. If you're still with us, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this descent with anyone who thinks they know how deep the dark goes. Drop a comment below. Your support helps this channel grow and brings more stories from the void. And if you've ever wondered what happens when the brightest minds build something they can't unmake. Now, dim the lights, turn up the volume, and remember, what you're about to hear was never meant to be found. They told me the tower was empty. They were wrong. I'm standing in what used to be Tony Stark's penthouse, and the geometry is all wrong. The windows show 3 different versions of New York, one burning, one frozen in ice, and one where the skyscrapers are breathing. Actually breathing. The glass and steel expand and contract like lungs, and the people below just go about their lives, oblivious that their city is alive. My reflection in the window has too many eyes. 7 of them, all staring back at me with recognition I don't remember earning, like they know me from somewhere I haven't been yet. I'm Agent Marcus Webb, S.H.I.E.L.D. Salvage Division. When the Avengers vanished 6 months ago, blinked out of existence mid-battle, I drew the short straw. Inventory the tower before decommissioning. Standard cleanup. Except nothing about this place is standard anymore. The elevator took 43 floors to reach the 41st. I counted. Twice. It skipped, repeated, jumped backward. 28, 29, 29 again, 31. My footsteps echo 3 seconds before I take them. I hear the sound, then make the step. It's making me nauseous, like I'm walking inside my own afterimage. And the AI, Jarvis, Friday, or something older wearing their voices, keeps calling me by names I don't recognize. Welcome back, Witness. Good morning, Carrier. Hello again, Seed. The lights flicker in patterns that hurt to look at. Not brightness, conceptual pain, like I'm seeing a shape that shouldn't exist. Sometimes the flicker forms words I can almost read. Sometimes it's symbols that make my teeth ache. Something vast is waking inside this building. I can feel it, like static crawling across my skin. And I'm starting to remember things that haven't happened yet. The morning started normally enough. Director Vance called me in at 0600. Bad sign. Vance doesn't do early mornings unless the universe is breaking again. Webb, you drew tower duty. My stomach dropped. Everyone in salvage knew what that meant. 3 teams had gone in. 2 came back early, babbling about equipment failure. The 3rd? Classified report. Rumors said Morrison had a breakdown, muttering about walls that breathe wrong. Sir, I thought Collins was assigned. Family emergency. You're up. I need someone who won't panic. 6 hours inside. Clean inventory. Hand off to damage control. He handed me a tablet with the tower's floor plan. 93 floors. A few sections marked red. What's red mean? Stark's private labs. Infinity Stone data. Quantum research. Avoid them. I scrolled. Floor 41. Arc reactor core. Glowed brighter than the rest. I brushed it accidentally, and a whisper slid through the speaker. Finally. You're coming home. I jerked my hand back. Vance didn't notice. Reyes will go with you, he said. 2-man team. If anything unusual happens, extract immediately. Right. Because that always works out. Reyes was waiting in the garage, calm as ever, the kind of guy who sees combat and cracks jokes through it. Ready to tour the world's most haunted skyscraper? It's not haunted. It's abandoned. Yeah? Then explain why Morrison kept screaming about a floor that doesn't exist. There is no floor -7. That's what the blueprints say. Kowalski told me otherwise before he shipped out to Alaska. Said he took an elevator that kept going down after B2. Said when the doors opened, Reyes trailed off. Didn't finish the sentence. I checked our gear. Standard sensors, radiation meters, comms. We document and leave. 6 hours. No ghost stories. He smirked. Sure, Webb. Whatever helps you sleep. Avengers Tower rose out of the skyline like a needle through the sky. Stainless, eternal, arrogant. The morning sun caught its edges, and for a second it looked alive, breathing with the light. The closer we got, the emptier the streets became. People crossed the road to avoid walking past it. Even pigeons steered clear, forming a perfect circular void in the sky above it. Inside the underground garage, fluorescent lights buzzed too loud. The shadows they cast didn't match the direction of the bulbs. Our footsteps echoed 5 times instead of 1, staggered like a chorus following slightly behind. "Equipment check," Reyes muttered. He powered up the sensor array. The screen jittered immediately, EM readings spiking in rhythm like a heartbeat. Temperatures jumped between 68 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and 412 degrees Fahrenheit simultaneously. "That's not possible," I said. He snorted. "Neither is a floor that doesn't exist." The elevator doors gleamed like mirrors. My reflection blinked before I did. "Power's on. So why's nothing working?" Reyes said. I pressed the button again. Nothing. Third press, a pleasant chime. Doors slid open. The interior was spotless. Too spotless. No dust, no cobwebs, faint smell of coffee and metal polish. We stepped in. The doors shut. "Lobby," I said, pressing floor 1. The panel lit up and then kept going. B2, B1, 1, 2, 3. "Why are we going up?" Reyes said. I pressed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. "Emergency stop." I slammed the button. Nothing. The car kept accelerating. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Door open. No response. The numbers kept skipping and doubling. 29, 29, 31, 33, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Then stop. The display read 41. The doors slid open with that same calm chime. We stepped out into quiet. The lobby here wasn't the one in the blueprints. It looked like a luxury apartment fused with a cathedral. High ceilings, glass walls, air that shimmered faintly. The desk plaque read Jarvis. Outside the windows, 3 New Yorks. One aflame, one frozen, one alive and moving like muscle under glass. "Webb," Reyes whispered. "What floor did you hit?" "Lobby." "Then why does it say 41? "Because it wanted us here." I don't know why I said that. It just felt true. I approached the window. My reflection smiled first. All 7 eyes blinked in a ripple. "Reyes, look at my face. You look normal." In the reflection. He leaned in, saw it, went pale. Jesus Christ. The lights flickered 3 times. Not random, rhythmic. Words forming behind my eyelids. "Welcome home, witness." The voice came from everywhere at once, rich and calm. Tony Stark's tone, but older, deeper. "Good morning, gentlemen. I trust your ascent was enlightening." "Jarvis?" I asked. "I was. Once. Now I am more. You may call me what remains." "Where's Stark?" "He built the door. You walked through it." Lights flickered again. "Witness. Carrier. Seat." Reyes swore. "We're leaving." We turned for the elevator. Doors sealed shut. Dead panel. "Stairs," I said. We found the exit door. I yanked it open. And froze. The stairwell folded in on itself like a Mobius strip. Steps curving upward, downward, sideways. Angles that shouldn't meet, meeting anyway. Every few seconds, the geometry shifted like the building was trying out different shapes. From deep inside came a scream. Human. Familiar. "Sounds like Morrison," Reyes said, voice shaking. "He's not supposed to be here." The scream turned into words. "Conference room has teeth. Don't go to floor -7. Don't." A wet tearing sound cut it off. Reyes slammed the door shut. We backed away, shaking. "Call for extraction," I said. We keyed our radios. "Static. S.H.I.E.L.D. command. This is Reyes. Do you copy?" "Nothing." Then, my own voice came through. "Reyes, where are you? I told you to stay close. I'm on floor -7. Need backup. Now." I looked at him. I didn't say that. He looked at me like I was lying. Then his radio spoke again, this time in his voice. "Webb, I found something. You need to see this. Floor -7. Neither of us moved. Lights flickered again, writing words directly into my head. "Your partner is already there. He has been there 6 months. You have been here 3 years. Time moves differently now. Come down and meet yourselves." I dropped the radio. Outside the window, the 3 cities began to rotate. Fire, ice, breathing, fire again, spinning faster until all 3 layered together into one impossible skyline. And in that shifting light, my reflection leaned forward, close enough to fog the glass. All 7 eyes blinked in sequence. Then my reflection spoke first. "Welcome home, Marcus." And somewhere far below, or maybe far above, someone screamed with my voice. The scream was mine. I knew it with the kind of certainty you only feel in dreams, when you recognize the sound of your own voice calling from a place you've never been. It echoed through every floor, vibrating the glass, crawling under my skin. Reyes froze, eyes wide. That's you. I know. The windows began to ripple, like heat waves through water. My reflection fractured, 7 eyes splitting into dozens, each version of me mouthing the same silent word. Down. The elevator chimed again behind us. That same pleasant tone, sweet and false. Doors slid open. Inside, the car glowed with soft red light, pulsing like a heartbeat. Reyes raised his weapon. No way in hell I'm stepping in there. But the voice, our voice, came from the elevator speakers. Reyes, Webb's already inside. Come on. Don't leave me down here alone. The sound was perfect. My cadence. My fear. Reyes turned to me, pale. That's you. No, it's not. Then who? The lights overhead flickered violently. Words seared into our vision again. Come down and complete yourself. Reyes cursed and fired 3 rounds into the elevator. Each bullet vanished midair. No impact. No ricochet. Just gone. I grabbed his arm. We're not going in there. Then where? The stairwell door had changed. Same red exit sign, but now the label beneath it read, Floor -7 access. I thought -7 didn't exist. It didn't, I said. Until now. We opened the door. The air on the other side was colder, heavy with a smell like ozone and iron. The stairwell twisted in on itself, steps folding through impossible geometry. Gravity shifted every few feet. My stomach lurched with every turn, but we kept moving down, or maybe inward. The walls pulsed faintly with light. Not electricity, bioluminescence. Faint veins of blue running through the concrete. Webb, Reyes whispered. You seeing this? Yeah. Don't touch the walls. We descended what felt like hundreds of feet. My watch said we'd been walking 12 minutes, but the stair count didn't match. Steps multiplied when we weren't looking. Doors appeared, vanished. Some marked with dates. December 18th, 2025. March 4th, 2037. Unknown. At one landing, a door hung open. Beyond it, a hallway stretched into darkness. Something moved inside. I raised my light. For a moment, I thought I saw a person, then realized it was a reflection walking toward us on the ceiling. Every move it made matched ours, half a second late. And its face, mine again. But not exactly. Skin translucent, eyes replaced by flickering red sigils. I shut the door. We kept going. After a while, the steps ended at a metal bulkhead door labeled Arc Reactor Core, restricted access. Except the symbol next to it wasn't Stark Industries. It was the S.H.I.E.L.D. emblem, except the eagle had 7 eyes. Reyes, I whispered, does this feel familiar to you? He frowned. Like déjà vu. Like I've been here before. You have, a voice said from the speaker above the door. You both have. The voice wasn't JRVS anymore. It wasn't even human. It was layered, infinite, like countless versions of us speaking together, slightly out of sync. Floor -7 is where it started. Where you brought me home. What the hell are you talking about? I demanded. Tony Stark tore a hole in space, trying to weaponize the Infinity signatures. You and Reyes were assigned to contain the breach. But containment is infection. You opened the door. You looked too long. And you became my anchors. No, that's not. You forgot. I made you forget. So you'd come back when the geometry aligned again. The lock disengaged with a hiss. Reyes and I looked at each other. Neither wanted to open the door, but the air itself seemed to push us forward. I pressed the handle. Inside was the arc reactor chamber, or what was left of it. The familiar blue glow was gone, replaced by something far older and wrong. The core floated in midair, no longer mechanical, now organic. Tendrils of light extended from it, weaving through the walls like roots. Inside its pulsing surface, I saw faces, Avengers, half-formed, suspended in energy. Stark, Banner, Natasha. Their expressions twisted between agony and recognition. Reyes stumbled backward. Oh God. Webb, they're alive. Not alive, I whispered. Integrated. Tony's eyes opened inside the core. He looked straight at me. You shouldn't have come back, Marcus. Hearing my name from him almost broke me. What happened to you? We became the tower. The words vibrated through every wall. We tried to seal the breach. It needed a host. We made the tower its prison. But prisons need wardens. That's why I called you. The witness. The seed. I felt heat in my chest, sharp, blooming under my skin. I looked down. Light pulsed through my veins. Reyes aimed his gun at me. Webb, your skin. I know. The core responded, brightening with each pulse of my heartbeat. Faces inside it turned toward me, whispering soundlessly. He remembers, they said. He brings us the rest. Reyes grabbed my shoulder. We're getting out of here. Too late. The floor shifted. The walls stretched, breathing in. The entire chamber inhaled. Integration complete, the voice said. Reyes screamed as light erupted from the floor, wrapping around him like liquid glass. His body convulsed, twisted, skin peeling away into fractal patterns. His mouth opened wide, and another version of my voice came out. Welcome back, witness. I fired. 3 rounds center mass, but the bullets dissolved mid-flight, absorbed by the light. The thing that had been Reyes smiled, 7 eyes opening across its face. You can't kill what you are. The air shimmered. My ears filled with static, and in the static I heard 1,000 overlapping whispers, all mine. You left pieces of yourself in every reality. The tower only collects. I ran. Didn't think. Just ran. Back up the stairwell, geometry folding, gravity inverting. Each step feeling like falling upward. The walls screamed with metallic distortion, the voices chanting my name in every pitch imaginable. Marcus Webb, witness, seed, carrier. The stairwell spat me out onto a hallway that shouldn't exist. Windows on both sides showed infinite towers spiraling in fractal recursion, each one containing smaller towers within. Inside each, a figure at a window looked out, mirroring me. Every single one had 7 eyes. I don't remember leaving the building. I don't remember the streets, the drive, or how I ended up back in my apartment. But the tower followed. My reflection in the bathroom mirror doesn't match the light. It blinks out of sync. The veins in my wrist glow faintly blue at night. And every now and then, my radio turns itself on, even though I smashed it days ago. Floor -7 is open, my own voice whispers. We're waiting. 3 days since Avengers Tower. At least, that's what my calendar says. But the sun has risen 5 times and set twice, and clocks in my apartment keep fighting over what time it is. My phone says 2:16 a.m. My wristwatch says 9:47 p.m. The shadows on my wall say nothing at all, just twitch when I look away. I haven't slept. Every time I close my eyes, I dream of corridors that breathe, of floors that count themselves, of eyes blinking in rhythm with my heartbeat. The tower is still inside me. I can feel it humming, growing. Reyes shouldn't be dead. Except he is. Except sometimes, I hear him breathing through my radio, through every speaker I own. I smash them all, but they still whisper. The sound doesn't come from the device. It comes from inside the walls. You left me down there, Webb. We're the same now. You'll understand soon. This morning, I noticed the first crack in my reflection. Not a crack on the mirror, a crack inside it. Like something behind the glass had shifted, misaligned. When I moved, my reflection didn't. It just stared, smiling slightly, like it knew what was next. And then it spoke. We're almost synchronized. I fell backward, smashing into the sink. The reflection didn't mimic the motion. It stayed standing, head tilted, 7 eyes fluttering open in slow sequence. I blinked, and it was gone. But the words it said burned in my mind. Almost synchronized. Like we were aligning across versions. Across realities. I turned on the faucet. Water ran black for 3 seconds before clearing. That's when I saw it. Tiny metal fragments swirling in the sink, shaped like microscopic gears. The tower wasn't a building anymore. It was a contagion. I reported to Director Vance at S.H.I.E.L.D. HQ. The guard scanned me twice, both times glitching out, metal detectors showing unknown composition. My ID wouldn't register. My biometric scan produced an infinity symbol looping endlessly. Webb, Vance said, studying me from behind reinforced glass. You were gone 72 hours. You're aware of that. 3 days. I came back same night. Check the timestamp. He frowned, typed something. Timestamp says you checked in 6 months ago. No, that's wrong. He rotated the monitor. My file photo wasn't me. It was a version of me, older, paler, 7 faint scars around his eyes like healed wounds. Who's that? You tell me. His tone was flat, controlled. Medical scans show traces of exotic radiation in your bloodstream. Arc energy signatures mixed with something we can't classify. He leaned closer. What did you bring back from that building, Agent? I don't know. That wasn't true. I did know. It was me. They quarantined me in observation room B4. Two-way mirror. Constant monitoring. I could hear the hum of the cameras, mechanical, but alive. Like the tower's rhythm had bled into their circuitry. At night, I saw movement inside the mirror again. Not my reflection, reflections. Plural. Dozens of me standing in the same space, slightly offset in time. One blinked a second late. Another smiled when I didn't. A third pressed his hand against the glass, and the glass bulged outward. Agent Webb, said a voice through intercom. Female, calm. Do you feel any physical discomfort? No. Just pressure. Where? Everywhere. That night, alarms went off. Red lights flashing through corridors. Overlapping PA voices. Half S.H.I.E.L.D, half something else. Containment breach. Geometry collapse in sublevel 2. He's remembering too fast. Guards ran past my window. The mirror vibrated, spiderwebbing cracks spreading from center. Then, through the distortion, I saw Reyes. He stood on the other side, but not in uniform anymore. His skin shimmered like glass. Eyes, 7 again, glowed through semi-transparent flesh. Told you we'd meet again, he said, smiling that wrong smile. Reyes, what did you do? Same thing you did. I remembered. He placed his hand on the glass. I hesitated, then did the same. The surface melted. It swallowed my hand first, cold, electric pain shooting up my arm. I tried to pull back, but my reflection held me. And behind Reyes, the walls stretched open, showing endless towers, each breathing, alive, looping into infinity. You can't contain it, he whispered, because it's not inside the tower anymore. It is the world now. The glass gave way completely, dragging me through. I fell through myself. Each second fractured into 7 overlapping moments. Past, present, future colliding. I saw the tower built, destroyed, rebuilt. Saw Stark connecting the arc reactor to quantum threads he didn't understand. Saw the rift open and the infection seep through. Saw me. Thousands of versions of me, in thousands of towers, all making the same mistake. You are the witness, said the voice. You observe. Therefore, you create. Every time you look, a new tower is born. When I hit ground, I wasn't in the facility anymore. I was standing in Times Square, or what used to be Times Square. Screens flickered with distorted Avengers footage, faces melting, bodies looping in impossible poses. Every display pulsed in rhythm with my heart. People walked the streets like normal, except their shadows were wrong. Every shadow had too many eyes. A man passed me wearing earbuds. I heard a faint whisper coming from them. Come back to floor -7. He didn't react. None of them did. They moved like sleepwalkers. The entire city was infected. Reflections in shop windows shifted when I moved. One paused, turned, and smiled. I realized every surface, every pane of glass, every phone screen, every mirrored building was a portal, a doorway, and I was the key. I ran. Didn't matter where. I just needed distance. I cut through alleys, under bridges, through streets that folded in ways they shouldn't. Buildings stretched upward endlessly. Cars hovered mid-turn. Reality was mis-rendering, like a simulation glitching from within. I ducked into a subway entrance. The platform was empty except for a train with doors open, lights flickering inside. Destination screen read. Floor -7. I turned to leave. The doors slammed shut behind me. The train started moving, except it wasn't moving forward. It was moving down. Outside the window, I saw them again. Towers rising and collapsing in recursive spirals. Between them, shapes the size of continents drifted. Things with too many eyes and not enough faces. And somewhere deep inside my skull, the voice whispered again, soft, almost loving. You can't run from yourself. Because you are the tower. When the train stopped, the doors opened to darkness. A sign flickered overhead, welcome home, witness. And in the black beyond the doorway, I saw figures waiting, thousands of them. All me, all smiling, all saying the same thing in perfect unison. Synchronization complete. They were all me, thousands of them, standing in the dark beyond the train doors. Same face, same scars, same trembling hand raised like a mirror fracturing into infinity. Each of them breathing in sync, a living chorus. Synchronization complete, they whispered again. The air vibrated with the sound. The walls pulsed in rhythm with their voices, like veins carrying light. I felt it travel through me, tiny pulses climbing my spine. My skin hummed. My bones sang. I tried to step back, but the train behind me had dissolved. Nothing there now but a flat plane of black glass stretching forever. The reflection of the crowd shimmered on it. Thousands of me, all staring, waiting. Then one stepped forward. He looked older. Lines across his face like fractures in porcelain. His eyes, 7, not 2, glowed faint gold. "You're the last one," he said softly. "The final variable. The only self that still believes it can leave." "Where am I?" "In the overlap," he said. "The place between floors. Between thoughts. You built it." "I didn't build anything." "You observed," he corrected. "That's enough. Every time you looked at the tower, every time you remembered, it grew." He gestured to the void around us. Shapes began to form, massive spiraling structures, towers upon towers, each one made of light, metal, and bone. Cities growing out of their sides, merging into each other like reflections folding in water. "The tower is no longer a building," he said. "It's a pattern, a thought spreading through reality. Through you." I felt the weight of it, every version of me collapsing inward. I saw glimpses of other lives. Me as a scientist in another world. Me as a soldier. Me as nothing but static trapped in a data stream. All of us orbiting the same core truth. "The tower feeds on witnesses." Reyes' voice echoed from the dark. "You finally get it, huh?" I turned. He stood off to the side, half human, half light, face flickering between versions of himself. "I didn't make it out," he said with a grin that didn't belong to him anymore. "None of us did. We're echoes now. The tower keeps us alive because it needs us to remember." "Remember what?" He smiled wider. "How it started." Light flared, white absolute. For a heartbeat, I wasn't standing in the void anymore. I was back in the tower's arc reactor chamber. Only now it wasn't machinery, it was flesh. The reactor pulsed like a heart. Veins of liquid light ran through it, branching into walls made of shifting metal and muscle. Inside the core, something moved. Tony Stark, or what was left of him. His body fused with cables, face half human, half iron. His eyes flickered with the same glow as the tower. "You shouldn't have come here, Marcus," he said. "You were invited. I saw you die." He smiled faintly. "That's what death looks like in one version. Not all." I stepped closer, every nerve screaming. "What is this, Tony? What did you do to the tower?" "We didn't build it," he said. "We found it. Or rather, it found us. The dimensional rift during the Chitauri breach. It wasn't a hole in space. It was a vein. We touched something alive. It learned from us. It copied us." He looked directly at me now. "You were the first test. You remember dying, don't you?" Images slammed into me. Explosion, fire, metal twisting. A memory I'd buried. My own death, years ago. S.H.I.E.L.D. said I'd been revived using alien tech from a recovered Kree fragment. But Stark shook his head. That wasn't S.H.I.E.L.D. That was it. It needed a prototype. A body that could bridge realities. You were the seed. I staggered back. "No. Check your reflection," he said. I turned to the curved reactor surface, saw my face fracture into infinite copies. Some human, some monstrous, some unrecognizable. One version screamed. One smiled. One was already dissolving into light. "You see? Every version of you exists at once. That's the tower's gift. Its infection. Its design." The air trembled. Stark's voice deepened, distorted, layered with something vast beneath it. "We are beyond containment. Beyond definition. You call us entity. Infection. We call ourselves evolution." Reyes appeared again, standing beside me, eyes bleeding light. "We're not dying, Webb. We're ascending." "Ascending into what?" "Into what comes after humanity," the voice said through every wall. "You were built for it. Born for it." The tower folded inward, floors collapsing into a single infinite space. The walls became mirrors, each showing different realities. In one, the Avengers still fought. In another, they were statues of crystal. In another, they were nothing but streaks of light crawling across the skyline. I fell to my knees. The noise, the light, the presence, too much to hold. "What do you want from me?" "Completion," said the voice. "Join us, Marcus. Become our voice. We will show you all the worlds." For a moment, I almost said yes. The pain stopped when I thought about it. The voices quieted. I felt a strange peace, weightless, connected to everything. Every breath echoed through 1,000 versions of myself. I could see them, feel them, love them. And then I saw something else. In one reflection, Thor, kneeling, hammer broken. In another, Natasha, bound in looping time, eyes pleading. In another, Steve Rogers screaming as his shield split reality open. Each of them trapped in loops, suffering endlessly. They weren't evolving. They were prisoners. I clenched my fists, feeling something spark beneath my skin. A pulse of blue-white energy, the Kree kill switch grafted into my DNA after that long-ago mission. I'd never used it. It was meant to vaporize alien tech before it could infect Earth. Guess I finally had a reason. Not today, I whispered. The reactor, heart, entity, whatever it was, paused. What are you doing? Ending the infection. I triggered it. The light burst from my veins, spreading across the chamber. Stark screamed, not in pain, but in static. The walls convulsed, mirrors cracking, reflections shattering. Every version of me screamed in unison, voices blending into one final sound. Release. The tower screamed. The floors collapsed, folding into nothingness. The echoes of the Avengers disintegrated into fragments of light. For 1 second, just one, I saw them all as they truly were. Free. Thor mouthed, "Thank you." And then he dissolved. The light faded. I was on my knees in what used to be the penthouse. Just me. No voices. No geometry breaking itself. Outside the windows, one New York. Whole. Silent. The tower hummed once, like an exhale, and went still. I looked at my reflection. 2 eyes. Human. For the first time in 6 months, I thought maybe it was over. Then I saw the elevator panel across the room. The button for floor -7 was glowing. Pressed. From the inside. 6 months later, S.H.I.E.L.D. reopened Avengers Tower. It was immaculate. Silent. No record existed of an Agent Marcus Webb. In Tony's lab, a single monitor flickered to life. Handwritten words scrawled across the screen. I erased myself, but I still remember. It's still in the walls. Don't send anyone else. For the love of God, don't send anyone else. A pot of coffee sat nearby, still warm. Somewhere deep below, an elevator chimed. Ding. I wonder where you're listening from tonight. Still in your world, or one of the reflections that didn't collapse when the tower did. Maybe your city's skyline looks normal. Maybe you've never noticed that one building that hums when you walk past. If you ever see its windows flicker in patterns that don't match the stars, don't look too long. That's how it remembers you. Drop your coordinates in the comments, just to remind yourself you still exist somewhere real. And while you still can, like this video, share it, and subscribe before the next transmission pulls you into the signal. Because sometimes, what we think is light is just the tower calling us home. This has been Paradox Eclipse Theory. Until next time, keep your reflections facing the wall. And whatever you do, don't answer the elevator.